Donald Trump has a new thorn in the flesh: Brazil's socialist president Lula da Silva. It all began with Donald Trump's 10% additional tariff threat to nations aligning themselves with the anti-American policies of BRICS. At least that's what Donald Trump had to say. This as Trump has been lashing out at the BRICS grouping for what he suspects are attempts by the bloc's member nations to destroy the dollar. And so, on expected lines, Trump targeted the BRICS after its joint declaration indirectly criticized trade wars and the recent military attacks in Iran. The Brazilian president, also the host to this year's BRICS, was quick to hit out at his US counterpart. Lula da Silva took a dig at Trump, saying the world does not want an emperor who lashes out over the internet.
So we don't want an emperor. Our countries are sovereign. If Trump issues tariffs, other countries have the right to do the same. There is the reciprocity law.
But in a bid to have the last word, the US president has shot a letter to the South American nation. Trump announced 50% additional tax on goods made in Brazil. In his letter, the US president has blamed Lula for a witch hunt against former far-right president and Lula's predecessor, Jair Bolsonaro. The man is facing prosecution over his alleged role in a plot to overturn the 2022 election. Trump has also accused the Brazilian government of insidious attacks on free elections and the fundamental free speech rights of Americans. This including the censorship of US social media platforms. Remember, the US president's company, Trump Media, which operates his Truth Social platform, is among the US tech companies fighting Brazilian court rulings over orders suspending social media accounts in Brazil. The country had also temporarily banned Elon Musk's X, formerly known as Twitter, a move that happened after the platform refused to ban accounts accused by Brazil of spreading misinformation about the 2022 Brazilian presidential election. Last month, Brazil's Supreme Court ruled that social media companies can be held responsible for content posted on their platforms. Interestingly, in his letter marked to Brazil, Donald Trump has spoken favorably of the former president, Jair Bolsonaro. Also, because the two enjoyed a friendly relationship in the past during Trump's previous presidency. So much so, Bolsonaro is often dubbed Trump of the tropics. Both men subsequently lost presidential elections and both refused to publicly acknowledge defeat. Bolsonaro, who governed Brazil between 2019 and 2022, is standing trial for allegedly attempting a coup, with thousands of his supporters storming government buildings in the capital in January 2023 after Lula was victorious in the election. A stunning parallel between him and Donald Trump. However, Bolsonaro was in the United States at the time of the attempted coup and has denied any links to the rioters or any involvement in the plot. Earlier this week, Trump had compared Bolsonaro's prosecution to the legal cases he has similarly faced in the United States. But Brazil's Lula has hit back hard. Not the one to cow down, the Brazilian president made it amply clear to his US counterpart that Brazil will not accept any tutelage. In a post on X, Lula rejected what he described as external interference in Brazil's democratic institutions. He further pushed back against Trump's claims of a US trade deficit with Brazil. The Brazilian president cited US government statistics that show a surplus of $410 billion in trade of goods and services over the past 15 years. Lula added that any unilateral tariff increases will be addressed in accordance with Brazil's economic reciprocity law. Interestingly, the US president has linked the 50% additional tariffs on Brazil with what he calls witch hunt of the country's former president, that is Jair Bolsonaro. What's clear from this public spat between the two presidents is that the diplomatic relations between Brazil and the United States have now hit an all-time low.